cartoons.
Yeah. What do you think? See, and by the way, in Sephardic shuls, anybody who's Sephardic here? Anybody? Not one guy.
Yossi just left.
Just
Yeah.
You know, Ashreha, no, Gadelu Ladonai, Romema Shemo Yadav, Romemu. You know that tune?
Yeah.
That is the Egyptian national anthem.
No way.
Really?
Yes, for real. And it's
about from when Sadat
it's not even like a little off. It's exact. You can't even you can't fake it.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Who knows the midrash that Yaakov Avinu made Aseh Shittim from Eretz Canaan? He brought it to Mitzrayim. Who knows that? You know it? Good. Let's talk about it. Okay. The pasuk says Aseh Shittim.
Why are you? Which shoes?
Tet.
I
I said it earlier.
Where did you get the Aseh Shittim?
Well, we know. So the question was, where did they get the Aseh Shittim?
We know where they were.
Canaan.
Josh Tet is 9.
No,
Yeah,
not
no.
in Canaan.
9 Josh.
No,
Which one?
no, in the Midbar.
Number 9.
There's no Aseh Shittim in the Midbar.
How did you think we put it in the well?
I'll help you. I'll explain. But there's no cedar trees in the desert. I can assure you.
No, not in the
Shittim is
not
not
the
sewer.
desert,
Midbar
but
is
the
the desert.
wilderness.
Desert is Midbar.
No, they're even there today. You could see them.
There are no cedar trees in the desert.
There are Aseh Shittim by the wells that we threw in the wells, and they're there today. I can show you a picture.
Maybe because they're the wells. Why are they there?
The wells that we put it in and water, and we got sweet water.
Okay, so you're saying because of a miracle, you still have the trees there.
Sure.
But before that, they're not there. They were never there.
They were there when Moshe was there.
Okay, but they were never there before that.
When we got there, they were there, and Moshe said, chop down these.
Who put them there?
Who put them there? Maybe the Midianites, maybe Yitro.
No.
What was the sword? The sword was.
No, we have to look
was
that
the
up. I'm not so
current
sure.
The sword doesn't know what he gets, but the sword.
Talking about the previous Dera
Yeah.
Shittim is not
As I'm going over the 3. The first thing was.
Maaseh,
First thing is Zav HaKesef. When you buy a thing, maybe there's Zav, maybe
Maybe
there's
it's
Kesef.
Kesef,
But the Torah, there's also Zav like Kesef, because you don't know the Sakkal and Mitzvot.
Like cedars of
Because
Lebanon.
you put in
No,
the
a
There's
cedar
that
is
some
an
lands,
Arab.
when you buy land, some lands they do grapes, some lands do
Cedar is an
Torah.
Arab.
But the Torah, if you do people, you can catch all the Torah.
There's Zera Lebanon.
The sword.
You don't even know because you have to be zochet to have it. Moshe was zochet for
Charles,
Chalav.
you're making a mistake in the trees. And Erez is a cedar.
No.
Erez Zera Lebanon. Erez Zera Lebanon. We sing it every Shabbat.
25. There's 25 types of cedar trees.
No.
25 types. 25.
Scroll on.
Not 24, 25.
Rabbi Google.
Go for it.
No,
Right,
but
right, all right, let's
I
go,
think
come on.
But anyway, a cedar is an Erez. A Shittim is a different kind of a tree altogether.
Listen, let's go.
Okay.
Aseh Shittim. Rashi says, "Ume'ayin ayu lahem Aseh Shittim b'midbar." Where did they get Aseh Shittim in the midbar?
Yeah.
Yaakov Avinu saw in Ruach HaKodesh that we're going to need Aseh Shittim. And what does he do? He brings them from Eretz Canaan to Mitzrayim, Larry.
He planted them or just brought them?
He brought them and planted them. I don't know. He planted them.
He planted them in
He
the
brought them,
midbar.
for sure. Vehevi arazim leMitzrayim, which means that he brought them to Mitzrayim.
And Mina Stami planted them, because
Yeah.
otherwise they wouldn't move, they'd be little baby trees.
Right.
No, yeah.
So now, besides the Remes, we're very antsy tonight, by the way.
Because
No.
they didn't know why they didn't make megalobus. They don't know why they're anxious.
We never do nigun here. Well, I did one. This is the first time, by the way, 5 years I live here. Yeah, first time I did a nigun in this house. We did
Really?
different. No, but I did it.
I'm glad I had some spot.
Shabbat. What you do, nigunim?
Not really. We do pismonim. We do pismonim.
You know, my wife's gonna kill me.
Q-tip?
I brought her great brownies, and she's gonna say, "You guys are eating raw cauliflower? Are you nuts?"
Nah, don't. She'll be fine.
The brownies.
When we watch our Remes, by the way, besides that, the Remes that Rashi writes, right, on V'aseh et ha-kerashim, it says ha-kerashim. He says, hey, yediyah, that's specific. It's talking about these specific ones. What does that mean? Right? Or the ones that, that's where he writes, that's talking about Yaakov Avinu brought down the cedar trees. Or where it says Aseh Shitim Omdim, because it also writes that in Terumah. Yeah, there's another reason. There's another hint that we have.
Yeah.
Parashat Vayigash.
Yeah.
Parashat Vayigash, boys. Amar Paro Yosef. Paro tells Yosef, "B'metav haaretz hosher et avicha ve'et ahecha." In the good of the land, right? Settle your father and your brothers. Umashma. What is Hoshev? Hoshev is like gerim, like foreigners. They're not. He's not telling them live here forever. He's telling them set them up nice, but set them up like can't get it. Rent, don't buy.
Sudanese. The Sudanim.
What is what? No, what does that mean?
So we brought some goyim over to work, but we don't want them to stay here.
Right, they're just part of the renting.
Yeah, good luck getting him out of here
Good to see
now.
you. Okay, that's exactly what Yosef did.
Nice to see your shirt.
And that's what Yosef, by the way, that's exactly what Yosef did. Yosef, Vayoshev, Yosef El Aviv Elechav, right? And Vayoshev, right? Vayoshev is the same lashon as yeshiva, right? What did I just say?
Came back?
All right, good catch. Right. But why does the pasuk go back? It says Vayiten lahem Yosef ahuzah. What does ahuzah mean? Ahuzah means
A piece of land that's permanent.
permanent.
Right.
Ahuzah means like it's theirs. What does it mean? Paro tells Yosef,
Yeah.
let your family settle, but he uses the word hoshev. Hoshev is a term of temporary, but a nice temporary, not a bad temporary.
No,
Like Goshen.
Like Goshen.
Gerim is the point.
Huh?
Gerim is the point.
It doesn't say Gerim.
It says here, Hoshev ki Gerim. Hoshavet avicha. You're saying.
No, that's not the pasuk.
Hoshavet avicha. Set them up.
Pasuk says b'metav haaretz
Hoshevet
hoshevet avicha v'tahaya. Mashma Yosef kagerim.
You're saying set them up like Gerim.
Right, hoshav, right, is not ahuzah, it's not own.
Right.
It set them up like gerim, and that's what he did. Vayoshev Yosef el aviv elechav. That's what he did. Set them up, a 99-year lease. But he gave them a right. He's right. They didn't own it. They didn't own any properties.
But you know, it's true. We have proof. We have proof.
Of what?
They dug up where Eretz Goshen is supposed to be.
Yeah.
They had there's archaeological digs. They say found where we lived. The whole place is full of bones of sheep. Because we eat sheep. The Mitzrayim don't eat sheep.
Right, they worship sheep.
The sheep walked around Mitzrayim the way the cows walk around India.
Exactly.
So, but in Goshen, they found our homes and our stuff and the bones of the sheep, and not only that, they found a tomb. They opened up the tomb. You can see it. It's archaeological, like the BBC World
Yeah,
Service.
go ahead.
Inside this tomb, it's a small tomb. They opened it up, and there is a statue of a guy. I know this is gonna sound crazy, and he's got a ketonet of pasim,
Interesting.
Yosef, and yeah.
So I'll tell you one better.
Oh, little
Yeah.
pestle.
I'll
Little
tell you
pestle,
about it.
Yosef.
Yeah.
They had divers go to the bottom of Yam Suf.
Yeah, we saw the National
Listen.
Geographic have it.
Listen, if this is an old story, if you find the only way through Mitzrayim where 600,000 people could go, it gets out at Nueva, where you've got the only miflas where 600,000 people
Could
could
pass.
stand, and crossing straight to Saudi Arabia, you've got the wheels from the chariots down in the
So
water.
let me tell you.
On the other side are the wells and the Eitzei Shittim, and you go inside deeper, you see the burnt mountain, the small burnt mountain of Har Sinai, and you see the markers that Hashem made us make all around that no one could pass, and altars, and scratched into the altars were the cows that the parad, the golden calf, scratched on all these altars. What did the Bnei Israel or the what did they do when they made the golden calf? So they started.
Saudi Arabia.
It's in Saudi Arabia, and the Saudis have locked it down with soldiers. You can't get in there. 'Cause
Why?
people went in there and started photographing it.
So what do they care?
First of all, they start digging up looking for the gold that our women buried there to make the.
Listen.
Yeah,
Okay,
the whole big
I got
thing.
You, but listen,
Yeah.
I made a whole thing for Pesach last year.
Yeah.
Passover, okay? that we had passed by my in-laws, and I printed all these pages of these
America.
of what?
In America.
No, here
Here.
last year.
Oh, your
Last
in-laws
year.
live here?
Yeah, my in-laws live here, and I sent a whole video. I did a whole thing to show them of that the Yam Shu. So I called the Pittsburgh Rebbe. I called his son, Pittsburgh Rebbe now, and I tell him what I did. So he goes, okay, very nice. But Shaul, he tells me, he goes, we don't need these things. So I tell him, oh, I agree. I don't need to see any pictures of anything. But Rebbe, I go, the old generation is a generation of wine. The new generation is a generation of grape juice. Now, what am I going to tell you? So he started laughing. He laughed. But it's not. You're not going to become religious if God comes down and talk to you. By the way, don't think that that's going to work.
Depends on who.
If God didn't work for Bil'am, it didn't work for Lavan, it didn't work for
You
Paro.
see that? Yeah,
it
but they
didn't
were
work
goyim.
Stop it.
They
There's
were.
plenty of
It didn't work
Jews.
for Bnei Israel.
No, it didn't work for Bnei
I
Israel.
don't believe that. I don't believe that. I
100%.
believe it works for Bnei Israel.
I'm sorry,
check
it's
again in
not
two
the way.
questions.
It's
It
not the way.
depends
Let
on
me
who.
speak. Let me speak.
Depends on
please.
who.
It's not going to work. Why?
Depends
Because
on who.
May I speak?
Yes.
It's not going to work. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because God made it where the only way you're going to be able to beat your Yetzer Hara is through Limud Torah.
Okay, you're right.
It's only right. I made the Yetzer Hara and they made Torah Tavlin.
Duh.
So the only way you're going to be able to beat anything big, all right, or be able to take over Yetzer Hara is only through Torah Mitzvot. All right, let's do it. Now let's find out about Aseh. Let's talk about the cedar wood.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, besides the hints that Rashi said straight out, there's another hint that you can see that Yaakov Avihu brought Aseh Shittim, which is what when Paro tells Yosef in Parashat Vayigash, I love you. Parashat Vayigash, B'metav haaretz hoshev et avicha, let your father settle, and your brother settle, and that's exactly what he did. This is Vayoshev Yosef et aviv et ahav. But the pasuk goes again. It says what? Vayiten lahem achuzah. He gives them a piece. That's not what Paro said. First Vayoshev, he does give that. But why by ahuzah? Where does ahuzah come from? That's like bringing a gun to a knife fight. Who said you could do that?
So what does it mean? It means that he gave them land to plant the trees.
Yeah, on the money.
Percentage.
On the money. On the money.
Sign the check.
Hello, Paro. Lo sivaka. Paro did not agree. Why would they have any type of ownership? Which is, Hazakan Yerusha. If they're like Kegerim. Then Lomar Shanatan Ahuzah. And you can't say that he gave the brothers land in order to sustain themselves, because we already know we have a pasuk that Yosef sustained them also. Right? Vayichalkel Yosef, that Yosef gave them food. So what did they have this ahuzah for? Ela Vadai for sure. Shevayiten lahem ahuzah is Romesh Shevi Arazim, that he brings the cedar trees, and Yosef gave them permission to plant these trees.
Shittim.
These Aseh Shittim.
Not Arazim.
Same thing.
Same thing?
Same thing.
Oh, really?
Same thing. It's a fancy way to say Arazim.
That's no.
That's a way
Sure.
If that's a way to establish your real estate rights. You start planting things. You
Like
put
Google,
down
when
houses.
everybody else in the Google, they see it different. This
Right,
is the shittim.
exactly.
No, that's a cedar tree.
No.
It's a case.
That's not a
Acadia is a fancy way to say cedar.
Arcade.
No.
No.
Look up how many types of cedar trees there are there.
Let me see.
Have you
Start
ever
with
seen
that.
a cedar tree?
By the way, hello. Am I
It looks different.
24. I'm wrong.
Oh,
Not
Looks
25,
different. It's
24.
different. Looks different.
Does it?
Guys, we'll get there. Give me a minute. We'll get there.
No, he has months of branches.
We'll get there. I'll show
A
you.
Christmas
Charles, aren't there Azim cedar trees?
Yeah.
Arazim cedar trees.
Yeah.
Correct.
What are you saying there?
I'm saying Aseh Shittim and cedar trees. Yeah, I'm saying all the same
Not
thing.
by name.
He's saying that cedar is different than.
And he's saying it's in Arcadia.
They say Arcadia. I'm telling you, Arcadia is a fancy way to say cedar.
No,
I'm gonna get there. No one's letting me talk, boys.
Okay.
Mehila.
I'm shutting up.
Everybody had a lot of sugar today. I gotta say, I don't know from where, but sugar's not good for
On the
you.
table.
Put on the table.
Oh, Zev.
Wait, hold on, but Charles,
It's been very big.
what's between Arzei, like Arzei, Atzei Shittim and Arazim? What's between them? What's Mabenem? What's different from
Tel
one to the
Aviv.
other? You're gonna say
Same
they're both
thing.
cedar.
Yeah,
Both
cedar
the same
trees.
thing.
Cedar trees.
Okay, so why does Torah use two words?
It's a good question.
Okay.
Aseh Shittim and what
There's
Arazim?
many
Good question.
species, so it'll probably refer
There's
to
20, but he's gonna
one.
say it now, there's 24 types of cedar trees.
Okay.
24 types.
If what you're saying is true,
then we must conclude that because there are 24 types, those Arcadia cedars are next to the wells
Fine.
where we chop them down and threw them in the water. And in Mitzrayim, we have different kinds of cedar trees.
No, why do we have to say that?
Because what you're saying, that's what logic dictates. Logic dictates that there are 24 different ones. And the one he's showing you is the one there by the wells. Okay, those are the kind of cedars that grow in the desert.
That's not.
Okay, listen. Here's what's gonna happen.
It says like 1,393 types.
Let's
Break it down to 24. Divide it by 20. All right, listen.
1,000.
I'm gonna finish in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Why?
Because I gotta. Okay?
Oh, come on.
Listen,
Just
I
doesn't
got.
work
So
out.
let's cover ground then.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna finish in 20 minutes.
So
So just listen. So again, we answer the first question is what? Why does it say that we're just showing we have another hint to show that Yaakov Avinu brought cedar trees? Why? Because they had Ruach HaKodesh, and we're showing in the Parshat Vayigash versus our own Parashat. Okay, because the question is where did you bring Aseh Shittim? And okay, now we have another proof. Yerushalayim. What do you mean? We did it in the Midbar. Yeah, we ended up in Yerushalayim. What's the point?
בעזרת אל עליון עושה שמיים וארץ.
Maybe we use those cedars to build the Aron Kodesh. Maybe we use the.
We did.
So there you go.
So, but it's all cedar.
Okay.
The question is where did the cedar come from?
Let's keep on
No,
going.
no.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, come on.
But I'm agreeing with you now. There's
So
so,
good,
many,
let's keep
24
going.
different kinds. When we needed the HA Shittim to throw in the well, they were there.
Okay.
When we needed the ones to build,
They were there from where? From Yaakov Avinu.
not necessarily.
100%.
They're all
from
over the world. They're growing.
They don't grow in the desert. They
Let's just
only
see what
there.
Chazal say.
We're not talking about the desert.
ועוז יש לדדק, מה אכפת ליעקב דווקא על קרשים? Why?
You have to take control of the saddle here. The horse is starting to make trouble. You have to saddle up now.
I'm going to saddle you up right now.
Listen, it's called pill pull. Leave us alone.
ועדיין יש לדדק, מה אכפת ליעקב דווקא על קרשים? Why does Yaakov, you can ask, why does Yaakov care so much about the Kerashim? That he went to go out of his way?
He signed for the Mishkan. He signed the Ruach HaKodesh for the Mishkan.
They're also, yeah, that's right.
If you want to say, לפי שלא היו מצויים, if you want to say they're not found in the Midbar, okay? אם כן, היה לו להביא אף אבני שוהם. Go bring the other stuff that wasn't found in the Midbar. The diamonds. The Avnei Shoham.
No, but
Avnei
not just
Miluim.
that. The Acacia trees, the Shittim trees that he's showing you, you can't make anything out of those. The ones in
You
Lebanon.
can't, no.
He just showed you a picture of an acacia tree. That grows in the midbar or in the wilderness, and that you can't use for the Mishkan. The ones that we brought, that were Ruach HaKodesh Yaakov Avinu brought maybe from Lebanon, which was Eretz Yisrael, those are the kind you can use to build a Mishkan. You can make big beams.
Amen.
You can make big beams. You can make the Mishkan. You can make the Aron Kodesh.
Okay, listen.
It's a different kind of a tree, abyssal.
Fine, but the question is, why does he care? Why was he so specific on bringing the wood? Why did he bring the jewels for Avnei Shoham? Avnei Shoham, you have the Hoshen, right?
Yeah.
You have how many stones?
12
stones.
Yeah.
Where did the 12 stones come from?
All over the
I don't
place.
know.
So we're gonna see right now. We're gonna see right now. The question is, why did he bring the stones? Why is so much paint on the
If
wood?
you find out, give me a little cut.
Yeah, I said 20. Good. You know what? You deserve that. Good. Keep him hanging. So the question: why was Yaakov Avinu so much paint on the wood and not on the Avnei Shoham or the Avnei Miluim? If you want to say because he didn't find it, or because Lo Matzah Yado Le'Aviyamo, he couldn't bring them. And then what is he going to rely on Yaakov Avinu that the Anei HaKavod is going to provide it? Because everything that happened, the Anei HaKavod brought. Everything that we needed for the Mishkan that we did not have, the clouds of glory brought us. So if you want it, so why wouldn't he just assume that the Anei HaKavod will bring also the wood, right? The Kerashim. What are you troubling yourself for? The Samash Anei HaKavod Yordu Lahem, Ava Kerashim Yaviu Lahem. Why did Yaakov trouble himself? Wood is heavy, by the way. Wood is very heavy, and especially cedar. Okay, why did Yaakov care so much about these kerashim, the wood? But the Avnei Shoham is the Kohen Gadol. He doesn't care about that, but he cares about the wood. There's got to be a reason. What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Right. So now we bring Midrash. It says V'asita et kerashim. Okay, Rabbi Chaim says Lo haya le'olam ra'ui le'ishtamesh ba'arazim. The world There was no purpose. It doesn't make sense that the world should be using the arazim, the cedar trees, except for the Mishkan and the Beit HaMikdash. Because cedar trees is like one of the best trees you have.
We know, sorry, we know that Yaakov brought cedar trees and not seeds? Who's right?
Little trees, it says.
Ve'evi arazim leMitzrayim.
Arazim, that's the Parshat. But I can tell you, don't say trees, say seed.
I don't care. What does it matter? What does it matter?
I'm curious.
I'm not curious. What does it matter? No, I meant. What does it matter?
What does it matter? It comes in Torah. What does it matter?
Gam ze Torah ve'ani
Okay,
tzarich
so it's
lilmod.
peripheral, so it's not.
You know who said that?
So let's go
Ze
back.
Torah ve'gam ani tzarich lilmod. You know who said that? Rabbi Akiva, when he went to go see one of his rabbi going to the
That was
bathroom.
already, no, I remember that story.
Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Kahana, two rabbis did the same thing. Rabbi Kahana went under the bed, and he hears his rabbi saying like noises,
Okay,
and he's
so tell me-
disgusted.
so
And
tell
he's
me-
disgusted. You open the can of worms, you got to deal with it. And he opens the and he says, "This what is it? Sounds like a drunken salesman. What is a sailor? What is this?" So the rabbi hears him. He sees him downstairs and he kisses him. Says, "Ah, get out of here! What are you doing?" The next day he comes to him and tells him, "You know why I'm like that? Because that's my wife likes it. That's why. I don't do it for me. I do it for her.
Right.
Or now it's about the wife, not about you."
Why were you under the bed? Comes in Torah. and you said-
זה תורה וגם זה, אני צריך
Okay,
ללמוד.
so
זאת תורה.
so don't tell me what does it matter. Tell me it's not
I'm
relevant.
helping you. I'm helping you.
No, no,
But I don't know the answer.
no.
I don't know the reason why seeds not. By the way, there's no seeds for a cedar tree.
Oh, that's a bit much, no?
What is?
Let's go.
That story.
No,
If you're gonna be the
It's a bit
Tanaim,
much. He could have told him, I want to learn with you, you teach me.
so I'll tell you.
He went under the bed and he said,
Shemuel,
you
hello.
told us that we have to learn everything from
But I gotta say, this. Mordechai, you like this one. Maseret Ketuvot. Maseret Ketuvot says Shemuel.
To go home.
I know. He's gotta go to bed
You
then.
only started this year now.
Hey,
tell me about it.
Maseret Ketuvot. You have Shemuel. That there's a way that you can be with a Betula, and he wouldn't break anything. And Shemuel says he knows how. So the question is, I asked my Hamutah, what is going on here?
Why do I have to know this?
Why is he saying it? Because when they're learning halacha, you have to know it's possible.
Yeah.
And when the Talmid says, how is it possible? He goes, I know how to do it. He's got to prove it. He's got to say, so okay, Shomech on Shemuel. So there's things that you got to know. So Zeh Torah v'gam Sa'anich Limod.
I'm so bad on show.
Alright, so it says, thank you very much. Okay. Listen, I said 20 minutes, 10 minutes ago. I got 10 minutes. I got you. Alright, so the question is, why was Yaakov caring so much about the Kerashim and not Avnei Shoam? We have a pasuk, Vasita the Kerashim. Rabbi Chaim says that the world was not allowed to be mishtamesh with arazim, and it was only created just for the Mishkan and the Mikdash.
Why? It's a special tree.
Special tree. Yisbeu aseh Adonai arze Levanon. Okay, Tehillim, very important pasuk. Right? Why? What does it say? There's 24 types of arazim. Right? And then that's all it says. There's more to it. V'im ken ho'il she'sapa Yaakov she'arazim yesh ba'alam. Now, if Yaakov sees that there's cedar trees in the world, and they were only created for the Mishkan and for the Beit HaMikdash, min hadin, it makes sense that he knows what's going to be with Bnei Yisrael and Mitzrayim, and they're going to go to Mitzrayim. I need to take these cedar trees and bring them down to Mitzrayim so they can use them for the Beit HaMikdash for the Mishkan. Why? Because what the Midrash says, its only purpose is having it specifically for the Mishkan. So I have to make sure I use it for the Mishkan. That's the reason.
In other words, so he's answering, that's what he had. He didn't have the Avnei Shoam.
I should not rely on the Akavod.
No, because he didn't have the Avnei Shoam that he couldn't bring. That the Nekov would bring. But these I have, so I'm going to bring them now.
Not so. I have to. Not so. I have to. Because the purpose why these are in existence in the world is for the Mishkan. And if I'm going to Mitzrayim, which in turn is going to have a Mishkan, I have to bring these. And that's why he's more makpid on this than anything else. You got it?
Yeah.
Good.
The representation of the wood also is not necessarily of the finest values, but there are values, the wood, but it's no you can't compare it.
Why couldn't the Ananei Kavod bring the Arazim?
The Arazim, the Midrash explains that Arazim, the whole purpose of the cedar trees that were created to the world was specifically so they could use them for the Mikdash.
But why didn't the Ananei Kavod bring them? What are they?
Because if they created, no. that we should not rely on the Anei Kavod if Hashem created the cedar trees, and the only reason why He created the cedar trees was for the Mishkan and the Beit HaMikdash. Therefore, we have an obligation. Yaakov has an obligation to cut them out and bring them to Mitzrayim.
And the Choshen Mishpat
He
No.
didn't have it. Yaakov didn't have it. Yaakov didn't have the diamonds. Hashem's going to bring in the kavod. But the Arzei Levanon that he had, the shittim he had.
He should not rely on the Anei Kavod.
I don't buy that. You can have the diamonds.
It's not about, excuse me, it's not a matter of what he has or what he doesn't have.
Yeah.
It's a matter of knowing that it's created in the world specifically for.
But I could know that both were created specifically.
But that's not what it says. It says specifically the Arazim.
I'm gonna exaggerate the
You
question.
can't say why this, why it's this is what it says.
No,
That's
I'm
fact.
just saying why, if you could say that, why could, if the of the name for the Hoshen Mishpat, that's even smaller, and that's even.
Why did he bring the 12 stones? That's what he's asking.
I know, and I'm explaining. The Midrash is explaining that the cedar tree. We're talking about cedar trees.
Only
The only is created
for the
specifically for the
Mishkan.
Mishkan,
But the diamonds were created for the jewels.
for the women.
I don't understand
I
something.
everybody makes
Yaakov
furniture.
Avinu comes down
Furniture
with 70
everybody
souls
makes out of it.
down to Mitzrayim. And then the way he said, you know what? You
No.
three guys go up to Lebanon, take the Jeep, go up there, here's the saw down the trees and find me a truck and bring them down.
Why?
How did he do it?
Why?
Because you're saying that's what he did.
That's exactly why. Because the Midrash explains that the only reason why cedar tree was created into this world right now was specifically for the Mishkan to upkeep the Mishkan.
I agree with I don't chuluk on that, but I'm asking. So you're saying he went up to Lebanon and brought the trees down?
No, but for Escanan.
He had them here.
Escanan.
He had them here.
He was there. He's here.
Hello, Lebanon.
So I don't care where it is. He got it.
That's where they go. I told them. I told them grow there.
It's not relevant. Wherever he went, he got it. Yeah, the answer is yes. Because if we're going down to Mitzrayim, he knows now that Yosef is now the king of Mitzrayim. He knows that everything's unraveling. He knows what's going to happen. So what's the answer? Then for sure, this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
So that's the answer. The answer is yes.
Okay.
That's the answer. Why? Specifically because the whole purpose of why it's here is to use for the Mishkan. Now, if I leave them here, then I'm not going to be able to take them. Then they're going to need it, and we shouldn't need to rely on Anei Kavod for something that we can rely on now.
Okay.
That's the reason. Now I'm going to give you a different reason.
Lebanon, it's not Eretz Canaan, it's Eretz Israel. It's why?
No, Eretz Canaan is Eretz Yisrael.
No.
I got
Yeah,
7
for
minutes.
100%.
Mordechai, simmer down, buddy. Simmer down, buddy. Come on.
For sure. All of this land that you call Eretz Yisrael
All right, let's fight
was
this.
called Canaan.
Mordechai,
Still got
be
No,
done.
wait.
Be done. Be done.
Here's the problem. All the land of Eretz Yisrael, all the land of Eretz, all the land. All the land of Eretz Yisrael, from Jerusalem to Haifa to the Ramat Golan, all that land of Eretz Yisrael, the Shomron and Yehuda, was once called Eretz Canaan. Yeah. Yes. What was it called?
No, what do you mean? Ella.
Eretz Israel is much bigger than Eretz Canaan. That's the point.
All of Eretz Canaan that you
It's
hear.
halacha. It's historically
No, what do you mean? You have Jordan, Syria even
Right,
is a
it's
question.
got 7 minutes.
All Hilchas Orla,
Yeah.
all the land that's Hilchas Orla. If we cross over the Jordan, no Orla. Ramat Golan, cross to Damascus, no Orla. All the land that's Eretz where we keep Orla is Eretz Canaan. That's Eretz Israel.
What about Lebanon?
Lebanon, the Sa'arani, hayit from Shema, the Sa'arani, at the Uri,
You gotta finish up.
Diknan, what? Lama, because some Arab made a little line?
No. That's not.
Where's
not
Ellie? He's
Eretz.
gotta make these things all
Go check it out. Check it out. I
All right,
was
listen. I got 5 minutes, and Mordechai it seems like he's gonna have a He's
there. By the way,
I didn't know, but by the way, did you go away? Because you all read. Did you?
by the way, when you drive to Lebanon through Shar Fatma or through Rosh Hashanah, and you drive into Lebanon, you don't see any difference in the land. Suddenly, you cross the Zaharani River, and the land changes to deep valleys and high mountains totally. That's where you know the Gvul is.
Really? That's where they want the Hezbollah to go to.
And even further, yes.
All right, guys. I need to bring it back home if you don't mind.
I swam in the Zaharani.
Okay, boys.
The Hezbollah to go to.
Yeah.
Caught a big one today.
But I want to give a hint. Whenever I say the word boys, that means everyone stop any tracks.
Okay.
I just want to make it very clear.
Okay.
If someone don't understand what's going on. Okay.
I think we caught a salmon.
Now listen, we can make that into a reel, Yoni, if you want.
Charles, this is like this easy boy.
Look, another way. Why does that? Okay, it's very important. Please, 5 minutes, no talking. 5 minutes, no talking. And Mordechai, take a breather, will you? It's all right. It's Torah. That's why Eliyahu. By the way, that's why Moshe Rabbeinu is dying. Right? He knows he's gonna die. He tells Hashem, give the people a leader that can handle everybody. What does that mean? That can relate to everybody. To relate to every type of person is not an easy thing.
No, very hard.
Very difficult. To be friends with someone that you know, that's nothing. Please, that's child's play. To be friends with someone that's zero in common with you and sees the world in a completely different way, that's not easy. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu asked for Yeshua Binun. Well, he asked for someone that knows, and that's why he got Yeshua Binun.
But I think the love of purity.
5 minutes, I said. No.
You don't think he could?
Yeridata Dorot. Just that shows you
I
how
thought he
great
could talk to everybody.
He could in our generation.
Yeah.
In our generation.
Like he could talk to Schwarzes, he could talk to Chinese
In
people.
our generation.
Yeah.
Every generation has the Gedulim and has the rabbis.
5 minutes.
4 minutes. So now, guys, legit, no more. No more
And in
talking.
language.
Look, another reason why the cedar trees, why Dafka the cedar trees, is Hashem wants to teach us Derech Eretz. What does that mean, Derech Eretz? Yeah, Derech Eretz. Right? For the future Dorot. Why? If a person wants to go build a house from wood, he should not use wood, he should not use trees that are fruit trees.
What's
Fruit trees, it's asur, you know, and Eretz Yisrael to cut down a fruit tree.
Everywhere in the world.
Everywhere in the world?
Everywhere in the
Wow,
world.
everywhere in the world. Okay, good.
It only counts over here, though.
I don't know about that. No. Hashem created the world. Hashem created the world for Piriyah V'Ribiyah. Okay? Hashem created the world to
You're in
reproduce.
Alaska. You see a fruit that make you beautiful, like, I don't know what they have there, like,
3.5 minutes.
beautiful.
And the question is, and when
mangoes.
why, and
You
when
start cutting
why?
it down. Hashem says, you go crazy?
I got
I'm
3
giving you a tree
minutes.
that's giving you fruit.
I got 3 minutes.
Why?
Because I gotta wrap it up. I'm with you.
Just started warming now.
I am sorry. I agree with you. But look, why? Because when somebody wants to cut fruit trees, what are they going to say? They say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Melech Melchei Melechim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, was able to make wood, his own house, right? Asudi Mikdash V'Shachanti B'Torcham, and something that was a barren tree. Then who the heck are you to try to do this, to try to do better? You know, your house cannot be bigger than the shul.
Yeah.
The house cannot be bigger than the shul.
Which shul? The neighborhood.
Your shul, whatever shul you go
We
to.
don't keep that.
Oh, that's not hard.
You don't keep that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
There's some people that build
Don't worry,
nice
that's not
houses.
our problem, Charles. We don't get that problem here, Charles. Don't worry about that, Charles.
2:45.
שאמר לעשות משכן, אמר לא תביא אלא מאילן שאין עושה פירות. Hashem said, don't bring me a tree except that brings, bring me a tree that doesn't bring פירות. ובשלמה כשיש להם מין עצים, לא יקחו אלא ארזים. Now, if you want to say, there's nothing in the desert. There's only cedar trees in the desert. There's only cedar trees in the desert.
what's
That cedar trees are the trees that we use for the Mishkan. Then the Shapir Yaflinan. There's nothing to learn. It's fine to learn that you're supposed to use the cedar trees for the Mishkan. But אבל אם היו עננים מביאים להם דרך נס, אין ללמוד כלל מזה. There's nothing to learn. If they were to bring the Ganei HaKavod were to bring these cedar trees, you're not learning anything. But what are you really learning? Only Davka where Yaakov Avinu, who came from Eretz Yisrael, that has all the trees, all the fruit trees in the world. And what does he go specifically? To the Sedek, right? To the tree that doesn't produce anything. And he brings that why? To show you that this is Davka, the reason what God wants, the trees that don't produce, in order to teach Derech Eretz to the guy that might want to make the tree. That's why Yaakov Avinu had to bring the cedar tree specifically from Israel.
You don't spit on the hand that feeds you.
You understand? Specifically from Israel. Why specifically from Israel? Because it has the trees everywhere. There's all fruit trees. Yaakov Avinu specifically picked a tree that has no fruits. Why? Because Hashem wants to show Derech Eretz for Bnei Yisrael to anybody that wants to build a house.
I have a question.
They shouldn't use a tree that produces fruits.
I have a question. Some things
You got it
we
or not?
say,
Yeah,
say that
Zera
something-
do it here inside.
Okay.
we say some things that we would know without the Torah teaching us, right?
That's Mishpatim.
There's certain things. that
Don't
we
kill,
say-
don't rape, don't steal.
Certain things we would know, and I want to say even this, you would know without the Torah teaching you this. Why? You have a fruit tree. Why would you chop down a fruit tree? It's giving you fruit. Are you
God
snap?
bless. God bless
I'll tell
today.
you why. Very simple.
Why?
Because a fruit, sometimes fruit trees are so strong that they're merited, and also they're more expensive, so therefore they're better quality. Maybe you want to use those. As
The wood.
The wood.
By the way, don't mess
But
around with somebody who wants to buy a house, who wants to redo his house.
Cherry.
Don't mess with them. So
Right,
they'll go into
cherry
debt
wood
to make it look
is
nice.
not-
But the Sechel Yashar that tells you not to kill.
That was listed, Asha.
That tells you not to kill without the
No,
Torah.
no,
That same Sechel tells you don't cut down a fruit tree when you cut down an
Olive
ex-brush
tree.
to build a
That's
box.
not true. The wood's
Yeah.
better. The wood's better.
It's not better.
He's saying it's better.
not better.
Mordechai's saying it's better.
But let's just.
You a farmer?
Let's say go.
I'm a farmer. I grew up on a moshav. I have farms. I grew.
Mordechai, you a farmer?
outside.
I hope you say yes.
I have olive trees.
Larry, why don't you get Larry? Larry's a
I
farmer.
have orange trees. I have olive trees. I'm here for 46 years in this.
So I'll tell you, I have
land.
olives in my refrigerator.
I'm a farmer. I had horses. I had chickens. I had ducks. I had sheep. I was here when you were in New York over there with the guys. I was already here.
You have horses. You have horses. Did
So look, let's read it inside. Let's read it
I had
inside.
horses. I had donkeys.
you ever have a palomino?
I don't want to get messages later, Mark. I'm just telling you. I don't want to get. I'm gonna get.
I had 2 horses.
Okay, good. ולכן יעקב, שהיה בארץ כנען, when Yaakov was in ארץ כנען, שהיו שם כל מין אילן, that had every type of tree to choose from, ובחר באלה, chosen to see the trees, בא להודיע לבניו דרך ארץ. He came to show his children דרך ארץ. שאם יבנו בתים, if they're going to build houses, יבנו באילנות שאינם עושים פירות. Build them from trees that don't create, that don't produce fruit. דאילב הכי לא היו מביאם. He wouldn't bring them. אלא היה ממתין בשערנים יביאום. He'll just wait for the Anakawot to do it, like he did for everything else that we have.
Teaching them a lesson.
He's teaching them a lesson.
You need to teach us not to cut down a fruit tree.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Excuse me. You know what?
First, you have to prove to me that a fruit tree is better wood than a regular tree. Then you could bring your tire.
By the way, talk to me who's all about convenience. I don't care what's better or not. Do me a favor. The trees over there, use that one. Yes, just get
You're not
it.
mentally ill. You're not crazy. You see mangoes coming out of the tree. You say, cut down the tree. You want to eat something. You're not crazy. You're normal.
Olive tree.
We didn't have any
You're normal. We're talking about Sechel Yashar.
I don't know.
Listen, there's
Fine,
another.
Nobody agrees with me here.
I see the
You're a farmer. Do you agree with me that if you're
Baruch
building a house-
Adonai Le'olam, Amen, Amen. Rabbi Chaim Kanievski,
Famous.
Nobody agrees with me here.
I'm gonna
You
agree
can't,
with you.
you can only make planks of wood out of a cedar.